Hey, what's poppin'? This your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? Oh, how am I doing? I'm terrible. I've been locked away from society by the government, and it's horrible. Oh, wait, what's that? You say everybody's been locked away? Coronavirus. Huh. Well, I take pleasure in other people suffering like me. Anyway, while we all sit here and suffer, today I would like to talk to you guys about why are people still Jehovah Witnesses? Like, to anybody who is Jehovah Witness, I know y'all be on my channel watching my videos and looking at the crazy stuff I say. You might even support some of it. On the low though, of course. But it still makes me think like why though? Like why? What am I missing here? Okay, I know what I'm missing. I know exactly what it is. If you're a Jehovah Witness, you've been told your entire life that if you leave Jehovah, things are going to be terrible. Things are going to be bad. It's going to be horrible. You just can't live out there. You don't want to do that. Okay, whatever. Right? All right, cool. That's what you want to say. Fine. But this is the thing. It's kind of true. Kind of. Like when you leave the organization, especially when you first leave, it's rough. It's tough. It's not that easy. But why though? Is it really tough because it's tough outside or because you've been engineered to fail in that world? You've been taught to live in a completely different world than reality. Because in reality, you can't do the stuff that you do inside the organization and be successful outside of the organization. You know what I mean? So you've been engineered to fail outside the organization. So when you get out there and things ain't going right, oh, they were right. Things is true like they said. I can't make it out here. Let me tell you, as a person who's been out for a while now, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And not only can you make it, you will enjoy it. It's quite nice. It's very different because you see, when you're outside of the organization, you can do this. Let me show you, right? It's something it takes a little bit of time to get. And once you get it and you start to master it, it feels really good. But just check it out, right? Here you go. You can say to somebody, that's none of your damn business. You saw that? Did you get it? Did you catch that? I hope you caught it. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna hit you with it again. Let me see. You take your hands, right? You do this. You have these fingers down right here. You have these fingers right here. You put it to the side of your face. You open up your eyeballs nice and wide. Put a small smirk on so people know you're kind of crazy. And you say, that's none of your damn business. You like that? Don't that feel good just to say? Because in the organization, when these people who don't pay any of your bills, who will not be there for you if you fall down, I mean, maybe they will. They'll like help you move or something like that. But if you ask them for $500, chances are they're living from check to check themselves and they don't got it. Well, people have been giving other people money in their organization. I'm not going to say that they won't look out for you, but if you're disfellowshipped or you decide not to believe in the same religion that they believe in, oh, there's no help coming. This is my point. When you're in that organization, they engineer you to fail outside of the organization, and it's all so you can come back. They want to keep you in, but as long as you're in, they need to keep you locked in and doing what they say because that's how you get donations. That's how you get people to have their children become Jehovah Witnesses later on in life. It's all a big scheme. But how exactly do they get you to believe that you can't live outside of the organization without them? Very simple. For example, let's say I had a kid, right? And I told this kid every day, hey, if you ever leave, they're going to kick you in the balls as soon as you get outside. I'm telling you, it's not cool. I don't know why they do it, but for some reason, anytime you leave this house, if you go and associate with anybody other than myself, you're going to get kicked in the balls. Now, this kid is going to go through life, and the kid's going to be petrified to go outside. Even though what I'm telling them cannot be proven to be true, it also can't be proven to be untrue. So the child is going to be like, oh my God, this is a person who I trust and I look up to. Why would they tell me something that's not true? So let me just make sure that I don't go outside so I don't get kicked in the nuts. Now, okay, I know that's just for men. Ladies, I guess, I don't know, pregnancy or something like that. Like if you go outside, they'll touch you and the baby will shoot out or something like that. That's the most go outside and somebody walk up to you, hey, how you doing? You run off, don't kick me in the nuts. And then you just run off through the woods and you look like a crazy person. Now, obviously, you're not a crazy person, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you've been taught something and now you believe it. And because you believe it and because you live your life that way, it makes it harder for you to adjust. And not only that, it makes everybody else think you're crazy. And it's kind of hard to get into the other part of society with that form of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it's like to be a Jehovah Witness. They tell you that if you leave, you're gonna get raped and you're gonna get pregnant and it's gonna be horrible and you're gonna get on crack. Next thing you know, you're gonna be fighting billy goats on the side of the mountain with rope tied around your balls. Like that. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but you get the point. Like it's very, very fear tactics. A lot of fear tactics are used to get people to stay inside the organization. And that always makes me just like call it makes me want to just reach everybody who's in the organization and to just make them have a conversation with themselves. You know? Because one thing, I don't care how much of a devout Jehovah Witness you are, there are certain times inside the organization, and I know everybody does this, where you say to somebody, probably under your breath, that's none of your damn business. They're like, hey, so you've been watching any movies? They weren't rated R, were they? I know you, a person who just worked a 40-hour job, right? 40-hour week job, took all your money, paid all your bills, got a little something for yourself, so you can have a little something to move around with and enjoy yourself a little bit. But nobody worked for you. Nobody did anything for you. You did everything yourself and you made sure that you took care of all the stuff you need to take care of and you're good now. And now somebody from outside of your household, let's call them Brother Nosy, come up asking these intrusive questions. Don't you want to just tell him, hey, that's none of your damn business? I know you do because I used to think that all the time. Now, yes, I was not a very spiritually strong brother. I was very spiritually weak. And actually, I enjoy the association of other spiritually weak people because we mesh. We went together real well. But either way it goes, that is a part of it. But let's be honest. You can do that inside the organization. I know I did. I mean, come on. High five. But the bigger point is it's a certain freedom that comes with leaving the organization. It's a certain happiness that you can reach that you cannot reach within the organization. And that's the thing I want people to notice and recognize how happy you can be outside the organization. Like, let's think about this. Because you say Jehovah is the most, he's a God of happiness. He wants you to be happy. He loves you. And you got to think about if you got kids, how do you want your kids to be? You want your kids to be happy, right? You don't want your kids to be miserable or get put through persecution you don't want that for your kids. You don't. And if you don't want your kids to go through these hardships and things like that, why would a loving God want you to do that? Why would he want you in an organization where nobody trusts each other? Everybody's like tails on each other and parent is put up against kid and kid up against parent and families get ripped apart and all this other stuff. And why? Why would any loving God want to do that? Does that make sense to you? Does it register at all? Because to me, it doesn't. And then, more importantly to that, at what point do we say, okay, what does God want me to do? Because when you ask that question, if any human comes up to you and says, well, God wants you to do this, how do you know, brother? You ain't talked to him. I remember a very funny thing that happened to me when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I had some questions about the organization, right? This is around, obviously, the end of my term as a Jehovah's Witness, but I had some questions about the organization. And I asked some elders what they thought about, the subject. And they told me what they thought. And what they thought, of course, didn't make sense. And I was just like, no, that's not the right answer. But I remember talking to my pops, and my father said, well, did you ask Jehovah? What did Jehovah tell you? I was like, I prayed to him, but I didn't get no response. He like, well, after you prayed, did you talk to elders? I'm like, yeah, I talked to the elders. I'm like, well, that was his response. Like, what? No, what? Are you kidding me? Like, you kidding me, right? Like, that's a joke. Like, that's a jokey joke. You trying to make me laugh, ain't you? But no, he was serious. He was absolutely serious, and I was blown away by it because I'm like, at what point are we going to realize that we've given them way too much power? Because there are things that you just kind of got to notice at some point. Who is in control of your happiness right now? Are you in control of your happiness? Are you like, well, I'm going to do this and I don't care what nobody thinks? Or do you feel like that, but also in the back of your head, you're like, oh, I hope nobody sees me doing this? You know? Because if in any way, if you feel that, oh, I hope nobody sees me doing this, or I don't want to get caught doing this, you're not a free person. You're not free at all. And the goal in life should always be to be free. We try to get as much freedom as possible because that's where your happiness lies. Freedom comes in knowing what you like to do. Freedom comes in knowing yourself. And happiness comes in knowing yourself well enough to know what makes you happy and then doing that. Because once you know yourself, once you know what makes you feel good, once you know what you bring to this earth, you know what I mean? Because everybody has a talent. Everybody. And no matter what that talent is, it's your job to put it out there. Enjoy yourself. Love life. Live it up. Don't let nobody tell you can't. And that's your goal. That's your mission in life. And don't let anybody fool you to think that it's not like your right to have fun. That is not your right to love yourself and to do things that make you happy, to be successful, to be wealthy, to do things that benefit yourself and the future family going forward. Anybody who tells you that that's not okay, you shouldn't trust them, nor should you listen to them. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, that's just my rambling thoughts. I got on there. I was trying to see how many other people was up. I know y'all ain't doing nothing anyway. Y'all all locked away. What's your most funniest story about this coronavirus stuff that's going on so far? So far, my funniest story. So okay, I went to Costco, right? And this was when it was first starting to happen. I went in Costco because, okay, it's getting kind of crazy. Maybe we should stock up on food a little bit. So I went in Costco to get a bunch of food. And while I was there, a lot of people was like, we need toilet tissue. And so I was like, funny thing, I just bought an entire thing of toilet tissue like a week prior, and we still haven't had a bunch left over. And it's not a bunch of us, you know what I mean? And I bought a bidet, so I don't even need that much toilet tissue. But the funny part is, I went up to get some more toilet tissue because I'm just like, hey, what's going on? I might as well grab it since I'm here. And as I was standing there waiting for the toilet tissue to, because it was like a little line for people to get the tissue, right? The guy comes up, he stands on top of the pallet, and he's like, excuse me, everyone, can I have your attention? We've run out of toilet tissue. We're out of stock, right? So once he said they're out of stock, but no, of course nobody yelled that out, right? But then this one guy said, "Well, do you have any more paper towels?" I looked at him like, "Ew," because it's straight up like, if you wanted paper towels for paper towel reasons, you would have got the paper towels. Like they were right there. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to not grab them if you wanted paper towels for paper towel reasons. You want those paper towels because you're gonna use them to wipe your butt. I'm like, boy, you ain't gonna be able to sit down for a month. You gonna have raw booty for like a week. People are like, man, hey Zeus, you've been standing up all day. What's up? Well, I've been using paper towels because we ran out of toilet tissue, so now my butt is raw. And oh my god, it was so funny. But so far, that's one of the funniest stories that's happened to me so far. What about you guys? What's going on? Let me read these comments. Uh, Anonymous Profess. Um, hey, what's up? From Cali. You from Cali, huh? What's up? What's up? What's up? Study with them for research purposes only. My question to JWs is exactly that. Why are you still a JW in 2020? Oh, you is exactly that. Yep. I don't get it. In this day and age, you have the internet. It's right there. This is anything you want to research and study. It's right there. You can find out everything you need to know about this religion. And I just can't for the life of me get why people don't just take that little second to open up the internet, say, what is they saying about the JWs now? Just put that little info in and pick it up. They won't do it for whatever reason. But anyway, howdy from Texas. What's up? How you doing? Hit that like button. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. Make sure we get as many likes as possible. So as always, the video can be seen by as many people as possible. So hit that like button. Jehovah is more like the God of Buzzkill. Facts. Oh my God. You can drink, but don't drink too much. That is a fact. Oh my God. It's the biggest buzzkill of all. I mean, you ain't wrong. As a fact, I am right. He better wet those paper towels before wiping. I don't know if that's gonna be much help. Even wetting the paper towels, boy, them paper towels is like sandpaper on anything that's not a like a spilled milk or something like that that's on your like countertop or something like that. Paper towels ain't for your butthole. That's a fact. Hello from Boston. Oh, Boston in the house. What's poppin'? How you doing? I mean, I was walking up. What's that? I mean, when I was waking up, I use incognito. Exactly. They use fear tactics all the time. And a lot of people, trust me, as an ex-JW who gets a lot of people who like talk to me and stuff, I hear so many times about how people have to sneak and watch videos, sneak and get information. If you have to sneak and do anything and you're a grown person that has a full-time job, you're not free. You're doing something wrong. I wish I would give a donation to somebody who in my business and I work 40 hours a week. You crazy as hell. How late am I? Well, you're a little late, Sonny, but welcome anyway. Jay, Nettie Klein, what up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I was in Target and I saw two ladies prowling the last toilet tissue. Like wildlife on a hut. Luckily, one backed off. I thought it was about to get savage. Oh, there's video on the internet of a bunch of people who are fighting over toilet tissue. This is a new thing to me. And I gotta admit, like, I'm a comedian, so I've always kind of had a jacked up sense of humor, but I find the humor in it's very, very funny. This is basic. Everybody's right now on punishment. Literally. Like if you go outside and you go to a park right now, police are gonna be like, what are you doing here? Enjoying the day. You're going to jail. And tomorrow, oh my God, in Chicago, it's gonna be 75 degrees tomorrow. Do you have any idea how hard it's going to be to comply with social distancing and staying at home when it's the first time in literally 6 months it's been 75 degrees? It's going to be tough. And that is a fact. Arizona here. Arizona all nice all the time. Arizona always a nice, a beer, nice. Not only a beer, the beer that caused it all. This is how I keep myself from getting it. I believe that this kills the virus like that. I'm probably wrong, but also can't say I'm not. You know, I mean, can't say I am. Yep, I see. Just served a curfew. Oh man, they got a curfew, y'all, on punishment for real. You better get home before the street lights come on. That's what my mom always told me. Glad I'm finally free of it. What I'm mostly happy about, I get happy every time somebody leaves an organization and they decide to pursue a career because I know one day, I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody's going to wake up and they're going to be in a position to wake up way more people than little old me. You know, they're going to be so successful in life. They're going to do so amazing that they're going to have the entire world hanging on to that every word, and they're going to use that word to say, I was born into a cult, and that cult robbed me of so much. And that cult is the Jehovah's Witness organization. Oh, I'm waiting for that. Oh, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for Serena. I thought about it with this corona going on. I'm just going to write my ebook regardless of being reinstated. Everything's online, so I may as well profit off my suffering. It'll be inspiring though. Curtis, yo, if you got something that you want to put out to the world, once again, your talent should not be held to yourself. Put it out to the world. Whatever book you got, whatever you want to speak about, whatever you got in your mind that you want to get it out there. Let's see what you got, man. And make sure you send me a link because I want to check it out. I love anything my XJW brethren is doing. You know, what I mean? The alcohol kills the germ. Exactly. I knew it. Can't hold me back. You can't hold me down. The alcohol kills the germs, baby. Feel like you're talking to me. I am talking to you, Miss Divine Soul. You see me? I'm looking at you, right? Look at me. Look at me. Oh, I broke something. Broke something. Anyway, I am talking to you. Caesar Valquez. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. I can't believe I read that. I shouldn't even read that. That's one of those comments you don't even really need to read. You just look at. Let's see. For your health, as my Hispanic grandma says. Oh, yeah. Drink it up. You can't wake a JW up, period. They have to wake themselves up. They all know it's fake and doctrines don't make sense. Yes, yes. You're 100% right. You can't wake up at JW. Well, let's put it like this. It has to be the right time. You know what I mean? Because there are certain times in life that everybody has certain seasons, right? Like if me and my wife we get into an argument, right? That's the worst time to try to make a point to me. Because in an argument, you're trying to win the argument. Usually, you're both mad, you're both heated, you're both not in the position to whereas you're trying to accept information or knowledge from the other person. That's how arguments go. Whenever you go to a JW, right? Usually, if they're not in a position to receive knowledge or in a position where they can accept being told something, you can't get through to them. But if you make little videos like this and you make them funny and you can talk to people freely and open and you can be honest and talk out your chest, you ain't got no script or nothing like that. People seem to like, especially in their own time, they'll look it up, they'll check it out and say, let me see what this guy's talking about. And you wake them up that way. One day they hear something that answers a question that they've always had that they never got the answer to, and then next thing you know, boom, they're asking the right questions and they're getting the right answers and they wake up. But trust me, it's not easy. It's hard. It's very hard to do. I'm so happy I always encourage my kids to go to college and not be satisfied with high school education. Both are getting higher education. Thank Jehovah. You funny. You funny. Well, I'm glad your kids get a higher education too. Make sure that they, even with a higher education though, don't waste your money. If they're like, yes, I'm going to go to school to learn how to make turtle doves fart or something like that, make sure that that's not the degree they go for. Make sure they go for a degree that's going to make them a lot of money, and a degree that's like their backup, their B, right? Not their major, like the under major, the understudy, whatever. Make sure that is the one that's their dream job. Oh, I'm going to major in drawing feet, something like that. Like let's make that your undergrad or something. Like that can't be your major. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I'm glad your kids are in school. I hope they kill it inside of there and come out and make a ton of money. I find it bizarre. Those who are converted are so stubborn. Like you change your life views once. How can it seem so hard to do it a second time? Because once you become a Jehovah's Witness, it's not just changing your life views. It's believing. Like you can't be a Jehovah's Witness and not believe. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to buy into it, mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean? That's why it's so hard to wake them up, even if they've been converted once before. Until something really wakes them up, and Jehovah's Witnesses keep people so busy that it's hard to wake them up. It's buying in, and once you buy in, and once you sacrifice, and once you give enough to that organization, it's really hard to wake people up. So I know exactly what that is. Maybe making turtle doves fart is the moneymaker. I didn't think about that. I'd definitely buy a video where you can like teach turtle doves how to fart. Like that'd be very funny and exceptional. Someone describes it as everything that doesn't make sense. They put it on a shelf and ignore it. And after a while, the shelf gets so heavy, eventually it will collapse. Every JW has a loaded shelf. Kinda, because I know people who've been in the organization for 80, 90 years. Some people will let that shelf fall and just be like, well, I guess the shelf fell. Just keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? And usually, little situations like this where they're not going to meetings and they're not constantly being bombarded with propaganda, and they have that little lapse where their brain actually gets time to think for itself and actually gets the opportunity to open up, that's when they're susceptible to waking up. But as long as they're deep in, they just keep throwing stuff on that shelf. Boy, that shelf strong as hell. Question, Jay. Would it be wrong to fake being a Jehovah's Witness just to date spiritually weak ladies? Yes. Don't take advantage of people, okay? Like, if they're spiritually weak, they shouldn't be doing it anyway. But don't take advantage of people. Jehovah's Witness women, not all of them, but some of them are very desperate, and they're looking for something that is told that's there that doesn't actually exist. They're told that there's this perfect Jehovah's Witness man out there who's spiritually strong, who can do all these goals. They try to find them. They run into a lot of problems. That's why they like, brother such and such, his wife messed with some guy at work or something like that, because he doesn't live up to what she thought he was. And yeah, don't take advantage of the sisters, man. Try to wake them up. Don't try to bone them up. Tonight, know this. My cousins are still in, follow second generation. They don't know it's back. They don't let it know. Yeah, that everything about that organization is fake and not real. And I got people that still in, like my mom's still in, my sisters, my brothers. They all woke up, but man, like my sisters and some others, they still deep inside the organization. Even one sister who's like, she's disfellowship. She ain't been Jehovah's Witness in decades, but still mentally in. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that's really hard to explain, but hey, it is what it is. I guess the shelf fell. My shelf definitely fell. It fell right on top of my damn head. Well, woke me up instantly. Yeah, man. I'm glad I left the organization. Hey, Rosa Mendoza, what's up? What's up? That's Rosa Mendoza. Best name I've heard in a while. I myself am a PMO, spiritually weak. I wear slit dress above the knee. Ooh, check you out. You out here living dangerous. I feel you though, man. Rock your dress, do what you want to do, be free. And hopefully when you get in a position to where you can leave and be happy and rock all the slits you want to rock. You're not Scaramini. Jay, you think they have trained psychologists working at Watchtower? Whatever voodoo they use is powerful. I would not be surprised. Um, I don't even know if they have any now, but at some point I believe they did. But right now, they just use the same things that they've been using for a long time because it works. This is how they get you. First off, their biggest prize is people that's born into the organization. That guarantees growth. As far as other people who are outside the organization, they attack them when they're at their lowest point, and they attack them when they're just organization. You invest your time, you invest your family, you invest relationships, you sacrifice so much, all into this relationship. Like, because after a while, somebody told me it's the sunken cost fallacy, whereas you've put in so much that you don't want to be wrong. You don't want to, at the end of the day, be like, wow, I wasted all this time, I wasted all this energy, I wasted all this money. So that's how they keep you in the organization. And also, like they attack you all the time. Like they constantly break you down mentally to get you to a point to where you feel low and you feel that you're not good enough on your own and you need them to be successful. And not only that, they they keep you busy also. They don't give you a chance to use your mind and use your critical thinking ability and waking up. They always keep you running around like a chicken with their head cut off. So all this stuff mixed together, plus other things I probably didn't even mention. That's how they get you in and keep you in. And all the time while you're in, they're making millions and millions of dollars off of you. Just think about how crazy that is. If I told you that, okay, I'm going to give you something later on, but until I give it to you, you just give me stuff. That means while I give you one thing, you give me millions of things. You know what I mean? But still believe it's the truth. Yeah, yeah. It was like I was saying, they attack you physically and mentally. Oh man, I wish the governor body could just know how wrong this teaching is and they could fix it, right? And then I learned the governor body themselves were the problem. You know what I mean? But when I had to learn that though. Like I was like, well, everything else could be wrong, but at least the governor body's good. Uh-uh. And this is stuff that people got to learn on their own. It is not easy to learn. It's very hard to learn. It's something that you cannot learn until you're actually open to learning it. And you can't be open to learning it while you're in the organization. That's one of the main things they teach you not to do is open up your mind and use it, you know? JWs are taught the need for a religion. Who is replacing that religion? They know they are preaching the good news. They think they are fulfilling prophecy. What are you replacing that with? Well, nothing, I got nothing to replace it with, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the truth, like the actual truth and happiness, stuff like that. I guess that's kind of a decent replacement. I'd be okay with that replacement. Happiness and truthfulness. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. It happened to me. I was baptized 7 months after leaving a domestic violence situation. Part of me always felt that they used that. When I heard them talk about changing circumstances, I knew it was true. Exactly. And I'm sorry you had to go through that. And that's one of the things that perks them up. Like, oh, you've been going through a hard time, domestic violence, huh? Come to this organization. And it's terrible because even, especially this organization, domestic violence is not grounds for divorce. It's not. You can beat up on your wife as much as you want, and she has to stay there and endure because it's not grounds for divorce. Y'all can separate, but she can't remarry, and you can't remarry. But yeah, I always I find that funny that they would try to harp on to that, as if it was like they could do better. Every witness is not ready to be an atheist. Yeah, I don't, you don't got to be an atheist. You know what I mean? If you want to lead an organization, you can still believe in whatever entity you want to believe in, but it's still truthfulness. There's still a level of truthfulness that you can get from leaving the organization. You can believe in whatever God you want to believe in, but at the end of the day, you should be able to grow a beard. If you believe in your God, you can believe in your God, but make sure that your God loves you and wants to see you happy. I think that's something that's worth going after because according to the Jehovah's Witness God, no, I don't want my people to be persecuted. I'm sorry, I can't get with that God. Jay, are you drinking beer virus? I am. Actually, this is the cure. You see where it says extra? This is where they give you so much corona that it disinfects the other one. Like this, this makes you healthy. That's kind of needy. Audio is muffled. Oh no! What did I do? Can y'all hear me? I don't have on my headphones. Y'all should be able to hear me. Can you hear me, people? Anyway, let me see. Happy someone else sees my point. I see the real truth now. Somebody else saw your point? Who else saw your point? We can hear you. Okay, great, good. I was wondering if somebody said that my audio was muffled. That might just be my stupid voice. I got a very dumb voice, so it could be that. Let me see what else y'all talking about. I'm missing some comments. I know. Man, I'm telling you, like it's so whack how they sit down and they look for reasons like and just points of weakness to get in, get their hooks inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Ah, that always just sucked to me. I'm like, come on, man. Give people a chance. Don't harp on anybody who's going through a hard time. That is like the worst of the worst thing you could do. There are certain people in the world who have anybody really watching after their finances. There are people who will go after them because they're elderly and because they don't really understand money and stuff like that, and they'll take advantage of them. How are the Jehovah's Witnesses any different? You wait till somebody is going through a tough time in life or they're having these hard experiences, and you use that to draw them in to the organization that only continues to rob them of happiness, health, and family. Like, how is that any better? And I honestly feel that way. Like, this is an organization who, from just everything I'm seeing, is the worst of the worst. And especially when people have children who are disfellowship, instead of leaving something for their kids to maybe have to better their life going forward, they'll leave it to the organization. How is that okay on any level? I couldn't accept a payment from somebody that did something like that, not without giving it to the people who actually deserve it. And I'm not a saint. I mean, I'm a jerk. I trip people sometimes just for my own entertainment. But I know that if somebody were to, like, let's say I was with somebody and they died, right? And they had kids, but her and her kids didn't get along.
and she gave me all the stuff, how can I sit there and keep it? What type of human being would I be? No, I'd give it to the kids. I wouldn't keep it myself. And for them to keep it, it really shows you how you call it, oh, this is God's people, right? These are people that represent God. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm missing something here. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm definitely missing something. They are hypocritical people. That's a fact, Rosa Mendoza. I mean, I'm very inactive, and the elders have been calling members of my family to make sure I'm towing the line. And that's what they use, your family. That's why they want you in their organization. They want your whole family in the organization, because that's how they get you. That's how they lock you in, They can't use physical chains, but they can definitely use brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers, you know what I mean? Any religion that's man-made will do that. Well, I haven't met a religion that wasn't man-made yet, but, different strokes for different folks. Watchtower asking for donations when their people are probably the most impacted by jobless. Yep. Because they don't let them get good jobs. They want them check to check. Yep. 100%. Don't go to college. Don't work extra hours. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yeah, 100%. And while doing that, if you could break us off with a little bit you do get, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, it's a horrible quote. It's a horrible quote. I never did witness Jehovah. Yeah, I haven't witnessed them either. Not once. I'm about to start a YouTube doc series about me trying to reconnect to my JW fam. Yo, I'm gonna follow you, Stevie TV, and I'm gonna check that out. If you start that, if you do that, I am going to check it out, and I am going to shout it out on my channel, Stevie TV, because that would be a very interesting thing to watch. Question, Jay. Would it be wrong to start an online-only spoof cult called Witness of Jehovah? With reverse doctrine, no shunning, we take blood, celebrate everything and birthday. No, that is perfectly fine. I would like to be a part of that religion, and I will be. Can I be a governing body member, or let me just be unanointed or whatever? I don't know, whatever the opposite of anointed is, but I want to rock with that one. That sounds fun. My JW friend knew every spectacular song, every secular. I said spectacular. I can't read, obviously. My JW friend knew every secular song out. But if I turned on some Marvin Sapp or Kirk Franklin, I went too far. That's worthy of their listening to. Man, please. I've heard so many good gospel songs, and I don't like gospel songs really, but it makes some bangers. Like, is there one song? I need you now. I'm an atheist, okay? I love that song. That song is free and amazing. I love it. When 3 service desks tell you they can't answer your questions, aren't you led by the Holy Spirit? Can't you help him? Like, exactly. You're supposed to be able to answer any and every song, any and every question that I bring to you. Like, come on now. Here's the service desk. You know everything. They are fake and gossip about you. Hell yeah, they gossip about you. And I know they were, and this is another thing that I really dislike. Now, the congregation I went to, right? I'm like I said, I'm just like I am now. Like, I had a bunch of people that were like kind of cool with me, but I was never really out of field service that much. I wasn't really trying to move up in the organization. I was perfectly fine with not answering questions or doing any of the other corny stuff that other people were doing. So people kind of like backed off of me, you know? And I know they were saying little stuff about me in the organization because it would get around to me. And it's always, well, you didn't hear this from me, but I heard. Oh, my God. The freedom from that alone is so, oh, my God, I can't even describe it. Just not having phony people around you, that's hot. That is so dope. Straight up. Being an atheist is always a work in progress. Not really. Being an atheist is pretty much no work at all. You're just like, all right, I'll take whatever gets thrown at me as long as it makes sense. That's what being an atheist is. It's just only accepting stuff that makes sense, you know? Like if you look at the body, it looks like it was designed and created. It runs like a machine. You know what I mean? So is there a possible intelligent creator? Yes. Does that mean it's a God that wants you to not eat shrimp and do other weird stuff? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't confirm that the Bible's true or anything like that. It just means that there's a possibility we were created, and I'm open to that. But yeah, I just need more information. Were you raised JW? Yes, born in, baptized at 12. My father said that I was a gangbanger. I said, no, I'm not. And then he was like, well, why don't you get baptized? I'm like, I'll prove to you I'm not a gangbanger. I'll get baptized right now. Then I got baptized, and to be honest, I probably should have just joined the gang. It probably would have been better off for me. JWs are so corny. They corny, bro. They so corny. But it's not their fault. Like, they're trained to be corny. They're trained to not fit in with the rest of the world. So it's not their fault, bro. The latest gossip I heard is Jay knows how to party. That's a fact and a half. Now, with that said, I'm locked away in the house and I can't go outside and do nothing because there's a killer virus out there. And that sucks. You know what I mean? I had an elder tell me the shepherd book was a loving provision to help them judge the congregation. Jesus say, do not judge unless you want to be judged. Exactly. There shouldn't be anybody judging anybody in that congregation. There shouldn't be a judicial committee. Like, literally, you're going against the Bible. How can you then get on other people for going against the Bible? I'm like, hold on. You're not even supposed to judge. But anyway, what do I know? Then you're more agnostic if you believe there's the possibility of a higher power. Not really, because this is the thing. Now, this is going to sound crazy, and this is the thing. Okay, I'm just going to say it, and I know I'm going to sound crazy, but whatever. You need to get to know me more anyway. What if there's a chance that we were created by just an advanced species that's able to create life on a very small scale and a very large scale, and everything is nice and balanced, and then they just went off to go do it somewhere else? We don't, they just like, all right, y'all, deuces, and then just dipped out. Like, that's possible, right? That is possible. And at no point would I be like, oh, they're gods, we should worship them. No, they're just people who are kind of, I guess, like us, to the point to whereas they want to know what they can do. They want to know what they're capable of. They want to see what they can do, and they like to experiment. So I'm not saying that's what happened. Like, well, I don't have any evidence to that, but that makes sense to me. Like, I can visualize that. You know what I mean? It could be wrong. I probably am wrong, but I can visualize it. So it means something. If Jesus is real, he's probably watching you right this minute. And I hope he is. And he'd probably be watching me busting up laughing, and I hope he does. See, this is the thing. I'm not against him. If he is real and he's really there, okay, brother, what's popping? He know me. He know how my heart is, and he knows exactly what to tell me to get me to believe in God. Now, for him not to tell me, that's on him. I don't know why he's not telling me, but whatever. Who knows? You are not an atheist. You simply don't believe in the Bible. I guess, but yeah, I don't believe in the God of the Bible or most people's gods or version of God, so it's hard to explain. I see Jehovah as an advanced life form and not some magical thing religion put out. Yes, that. And I wouldn't give him the name Jehovah because that's a name assigned to him by some human at some point in time. I would just say it, whatever it is, or they You know, who says it's even one thing? It could be a bunch of things, you know? Who knows? It's too much Corona extra. Yeah, they don't want to buy this. People think this is how you get the virus. Nope. Child baptism is criminal. Only for Jehovah's Witnesses. Only for Jehovah's Witnesses, because the Jehovah's Witnesses are the only ones who like hold you to it like that. You know what I mean? That's not cool. They like, yo, you said you're a Jehovah's Witness, and since you're gonna be a Jehovah's Witness, we're gonna make you a Jehovah's Witness, and you can never leave. We're gonna keep you and your family tied in, you know? So that's crazy. Interesting title. That's right. Regan. I think I said it right. I probably said it wrong, but it's a very interesting title. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Hi, Jay. Loving the chat. Thanks, Nat. Appreciate it. Shunning is criminal. I agree. Any form of discipline on an adult that hasn't done anything wrong, really, I believe is criminal. You shouldn't be allowed to do it. And it should be brought out. See, the thing is with Jehovah's Witnesses, everything they do is done kind of in public. So it's not really being hidden, but it also is being completely hidden. You know what I mean? Until we can get a light on that organization, until we can get everybody looking at it. Like they just put out a documentary on Netflix called Unorthodox, and it's about the Orthodox Jews. And I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it, but we need something like that for the JWs. We need some type of documentary that can get on Netflix. You know what I mean? Some big platform, and really put the story out to the world. That's what we need. We need directors. We need people who are who good with stuff like that and who could like really put something out. I would love to personally put out some type of comedy enlightenment video about the Jehovah's Witnesses. I would love to do that. I need to figure out how to do it, but it's just something I want to do, you know? Oh, I got a new subscriber. Hey, y'all. Yeah, help me get some more subscribers if y'all can. Thanks, Regan, man. I appreciate you coming and subscribing. Nice. But yeah, if y'all can help me out, man, help me get some new subscribers. and I wanted to tell y'all, so I'm gonna be, I don't know if you noticed yet, but I'm gonna be adding more comedy on my channel. It's just what I'm passionate about, you know? It's what I like to do, is what I've always liked to do, which is make people laugh and make people happy. It makes me happy, you know? And I'm gonna just do more. So if you see something on my channel and it's like kind of weird, you're like, Jay, what is that? Who's David Dobrik? You know, it's me really leaning into my comic side. Just ignore it if you're not into that stuff. But I'm gonna probably lean into more of my comedy, you know, because it makes me happy. It makes me happy. And I don't know, if you support me, just support me. But, you know, if it's not your thing, I'm going to still make my XJW videos. So don't worry about that. And I know I've taken a little time off because with the real life Corona situation, it has been a little heavy on my mind as far as just figuring out my future, you know, and what I want to do and how I'm going to put myself in the best position possible going forward. So, yeah, just want to let everybody know that. Make new YouTube channel with just comedy. So I want to do that, but it takes time to build it up. It takes time to get the audience there like I want to. And I already have an audience here, and I don't want to have to like split up, you know, like, okay, I'm put this on this channel, I'll put this on this channel. When I have a channel, you know, and it's my YouTube channel, you know, where it's basically I'm giving you me, my thoughts, me, you know. So I don't know if I would want to do that. Maybe I should, but I don't want to. I probably should. But I don't know. I'll continue to think about it, but I don't think I want to. I think right now I'll just continue to just put everything here, and for the people who like that, they can like it. For the people who don't, I'm gonna be right there still making the same XJW videos, and I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going out there. And man, this is fun. I gotta do this again. I'm quarantined. I'm locked away, so I'll definitely be making some more videos. And I want to thank everybody for coming by and talking to me and having your very cool things and your very good ideas and stuff put out here. It's always fun to talk to you guys. It's always exciting, and I can't thank you guys enough for all the support you've given me, for all the support you've given the cause. I feel like we're getting close to something. Let's keep on fighting. Let's keep on pushing forward, and it'll be a big help to me if you make sure that in your life you follow your goals. You do what makes you happy. I need you to do that, because that's what's gonna get us in the best position possible, because this religion, like I said earlier, engineered you to fail, engineered you to have a hard goal. Whatever you want to do in life, you 100% can do it. All it takes is you doing it. There's going to be things that pop up in your mind, because I still battle it myself, that I was told that I couldn't do it when I was younger, and I'm not that smart, I'm not that strong. You are. Once you make yourself do the things that you need to do to get that stuff done, even if you don't have what you think you need to get it done, if you put one foot in front of the other and you just walk toward your goal, you'll get there. You just got to make sure you start taking those steps. You know what I mean? And trust me, I got a lot of goals I want. There's a lot of steps I need to make myself, and I'm going to make myself do it. But I really need you guys to put yourself in a position of happiness and excitement, and really egg yourself on for the future, because you got a new day coming up tomorrow. And if you really put your best foot forward, you can accomplish anything in this world. And happiness is yours for the taking. And yeah, this religion, it took a lot from you, but going forward, they can't take any more. Once you wake up, they've taken all that they can take, and they cannot take any more. So you go out there, you be your best version of yourself, and yeah, it's a win. Okay? It's time to win. Fourth, win, knock out stuff, and when you're finally able to go outside like me, attack the world with an aggressiveness you've never attacked anything before. Okay? It's your boy, Jay the Comedian. I hope y'all have an amazing night. So far, my night has been great. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Holla at your guala. Deuces.